Today on Cooper Heavy Industries, we fix the brakes on the Plymouth. If we don't get killed. Ah, come on, you stupid piece of garbage! What's wrong with you, you dumb car? Jeez, what is the problem? On Power Tour, year before last, I took this car to Darlington, and I noticed the carpet started getting wet, and it tastes like brake fluid. And I don't think that's normal. So, judging by the rust, the wet carpet, no pedal, we have a leaking master cylinder. So we're going to replace it. Isn't this going to be exciting? It will be, because there's a twist to this particular master cylinder. I'll explain it to you. Okay, pardon the glare from this LED light, but it's pretty dark in here. So first thing we have to do is disconnect the electrical. As we know, this is just a switch. So those two wires, it doesn't matter which one goes to where. Now let's go ahead, while everything is tight, let's crack loose this hard line. Just get it broken. Oh. All right, let's get it cracked. Spin it the rest of the way off after we get it loose. Now, who am I kidding? That's more like it. A onesie. Twosie. Ah, stuck. Get off there. A threesie. A foursie. Finish getting off these lock washers on the back. And spin this line the rest of the way off. Presto. Okay, so you're wondering what's the big deal about this rusty, crusty, leaky master cylinder. I bought this off of the World Wide Interweb, and I'm told that this one came off of one of the stunt cars used in Christine. I shouldn't have bought it, because if it came off of a movie car, and the movie was Christine, you know it's going to be haunted. Well, it's never worked right. So first thing we have to do is take off this flare fitting that goes on the front for the brake line, and then the brake switch. Now there's a special tool for that. I don't have it, but I do have a plumber's nut lathe. Now, if you have a Ford Look era Chrysler product, that is a Ford truck brake light switch. Interchanges perfectly. Now, I still have to get that out, and I bet that sucker's going to be a bear, so I'm probably going to have to put it in the vise to break that one loose. So, I'll be back. Raise your hand if you thought I was going to round that off. Y'all are smart puppies, because I did. So, let's dig in the bucket of random parts. Look at that. Got what I need. Moving on. If only there were a way that we could magically make this turn into a new part. One, two, three. Worked. I didn't think I was going to work. Now, if only there was a way that we could make that nice and shiny and not likely to rust. One, two, three. Hey, it worked. These are the best pliers I've ever had. All right, now all we have to do is put on our two fittings, bench bleed it, and it's ready to go in the car. Yeah, y'all didn't buy that either. Of course, I had to paint it myself. So take off the lid, put some of this do-nothing tape around that rubber grommet right there, just for reasons. Good enough for the government. Now a little beer and grit remover. Got to get all the schmoo off of it. A little more beer and grit remover probably. Tell you, that alcohol gets everywhere. Gets in your belly, makes you happy. Nothing like a juice box in the morning to make you happy. All right, sit that down. Let it dry. Dry. A1 job. Now, while that's drying, we have a very special message for you from a very special guest. Today on Cooper Heavy Industries, we have a very special guest. From Local 395, we have Safety Inspector Chick, who's going to talk to us about personal protection and the use of the oxyacetylene cutting torch. Safety Inspector Chick, come and educate us.
Hey, Brian.
Good to see you, Safety Inspector.
Good to see you. Now, being in the automotive industry and the heavy-duty industry and equipment industry that I've been in,
Right.
we all know that there's that one piece of metal that's in the way, that one bolt that's rusted on that just won't come out, impact won't work, breaker bar, pull handle, air chisel. It just doesn't get the job done.
Right. Can't have that. So,
I like to revert to my favorite tool, the hot wrench.
It can't resist if it's liquid.
Now, when operating an oxygen acetylene torch, you always want to exercise safety and precaution.
Right.
That's why I'm here today, is to help you and our viewers understand the safety that we need to go through when using and operating and using this thing.
Right.
So if you noticed, even though it's really hot outside.
It is really hot.
I always have my PPE on, personal protective equipment. In this instance, I have on a long sleeve shirt.
Right. Long pants.
Long sleeve breeches.
Mm-hmm. Long sleeve breeches, right.
And closed-toed shoes.
Right.
Also have with me a good pair of leather welding gloves.
Right.
Got to keep your digits protected. God only gave you 9 of them. It's hard to count to 8 with 4.
That's right.
I also got a pair of cutting goggles.
Right.
Safety squints, whatever you like to call them.
What makes those special?
Well, the lenses are tinted.
Okay.
What I really like about these, since I actually wear prescription lenses, is you can fit them on right over your glasses.
Okay.
And they flip up so you can see clear, and then when you're ready to cut, you just flip them down. You can find these at a hardware store, your local tool supermarket.
These appear to be made of my favorite material, Chinesium.
I like Chinesium too.
Chinesium's good.
Now, whenever you get ready to light your torch,
Right.
you want to make sure you don't have anything combustible on you.
Okay.
So let's make sure we don't have anything. Cigarette lighter,
No, can't have
you
that.
don't want that.
No.
Starting fluid, it's good for starting stuff, but not starting an oxygen acetylene torch.
Not the
Let's
tool.
go ahead and get rid of that.
Sounds good.
Now, we're going to go ahead and get our goggles ready. So whenever we get ready to light it, we're already ready.
Okay.
And it's always good to use a striker. Piece of flint on a piece of steel.
Right.
You and I are both in the Boy Scouts. We understand how fire by friction works.
Right.
Get a cigarette lighter, you light it, it works good. This is another alternative.
Okay.
When you want to make sure your oxygen and acetylene bottles are turned on completely. Open the valve all the way up.
Okay.
Coil out your hose so you have enough room to work with and you're far enough away from the bottles in case you have a leak around the valve, you don't start a fire.
Right.
Now, whenever you light this, there's 2 hoses.
Okay.
You have acetylene and you have oxygen. Acetylene's controlled by this knob, and oxygen is actually controlled by 2 knobs. You got it here and here.
Okay.
Now you just turn the acetylene on ever so slightly, just so you can get a good flame.
Okay.
Then to make it hot, you add oxygen to it.
Okay.
You really want to get that good blue flame nice and hot to the way you like it, so whenever you're ready to cut, it's good to go.
Okay.
Because the hotter it is, the faster the metal will melt, and you can get that pesky bolt off.
Okay.
And that's the proper way to light an acetylene torch.
Okay.
Whenever you're done with it, when you go to store it, always keep the nozzle off of the hose so you don't burn a hole through your hose, so you don't cause a leak in the hose and you have to
Right.
replace them.
Well, those are good tips. Well, we really appreciate you coming out today, safety inspector Chick.
That's what we like to do. We like to make sure everybody's safe when working in the shop.
It's over there.
You got a light, Brian?
It's over there.
Here, I got one.
It's Chick. It's
No, you ain't got to worry about that. We got.
it's over there.
When lighting your cigarette with a torch, always keep the
it's-
flame
Chick. It's
pointed away.
get out. Get out.
But
Get out.
Brian, we got more
Get out.
out.
Out. Out. Out. Go away. That's been Safety Inspector Chick. I hope you learned something today. Okay, it occurs to me that some of y'all may not have ever bench bled a master cylinder. What you do is you plug up all the ports. Usually the master cylinder comes with some plastic plugs to do it. You clamp it into your vise or however you can hold it stable. Pardon my shaky camera. And then you just keep pumping the back of it. In this case, the push rod fits in the back. And yes, I did run that through the blast cabinet. And you just keep pumping it until the bubbles quit showing up. It doesn't take a lot of fluid in there. I'm going to put a little bit more in and keep pumping until it quits making bubbles. And that makes for great television. So I'll get back to you. Okay, now we have our new master cylinder. We'll fit that through the car like that. And start to put on the fasteners. I'm sure there's a torque rating for this because, you know, engineers, everything has a torque rating. But I don't know what it is, and I don't care. We're going to run it down with the air ratchet. And that will be the right torque setting for this. One more. Backfire. I like that. And we'll snug it down. Very good. Hook up our wiring. And let's take out that plug. See how much brake fluid we spill. I bet a bunch. Didn't get loose enough. Click. Click. All right, now go inside the car, hook push rod up, and then pump it up, see if we can get some brakes to work on this thing. Okay. New master cylinder is installed, filled with fluid, and I didn't bleed the brakes. That's a solid pedal right there. The rest of the system was fine. The only thing that had a problem was the master cylinder. So when the master cylinder leaked out, the system was full up to the point of the master cylinder. So when I hooked this up, all I had to do was bleed a little bit of air right there at the fitting. And that's all I needed. Now I can drive the car again and fix the other 4 million things that's wrong with this car. But that's a whole bunch of other episodes. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cooper Heavy Industries. We finally got some brakes on Constance so we can take her to some car shows, drive her around, and find all the other problems that we need to fix on the car. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a lot. If you have any comments, leave them down below. I do read every comment. Somebody said I need to add more light. I have added light unto more light. Find us on Facebook, Cooper Heavy Industries Project Cars. Find us on Instagram, Cooper Heavy Industries. And you can buy me a beer, because that's always empty, at Patreon at Cooper Heavy Industries. Next time, we're probably going to work on the Volvo. It's going to be pretty exciting. So stick around, and I'll see you on the next video.